What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kari, aka Polo, and welcome to another edition of In the Discussion. As always, I got my boys with me. What's up, fellas?
What it do, man? It
What's
was a
going
pretty
on?
good week. Exciting week. Got a lot of things to talk about, man.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, man, it was some good games. It was a really good games, man. We had the Bengals Chiefs. That was a good game. 49ers, Miami. Even the freaking Cowboys even tried to make it a good game. Oh yeah, let me say that boy Deshaun Watson came in.
Oh God.
And he got his W. He got his W. Congratulations to the Browns. We got Houston. I just looked
I was wondering when you're going to catch that. Okay.
Yeah, come on now. All right. Hey man, so over the weekend, y'all know we always do our predictions. All right, and I didn't do too bad. I went 57, 7-1. That's not bad. But you two, you guys tied with 10, 4, and 1. What y'all doing? Man?
What can I say? What can I say?
I'm really mad about that Washington and Giants game. Like that really
Yeah,
pissed me off about that when I saw it.
I
Yeah,
hate
I was
seeing
like, wow,
ties.
first tie. That's our first tie.
Maybe they should start like a double overtime for like 5 minutes.
I know. Okay, so I know once it's in the playoffs, they do double overtime. Like this, like ain't gonna be no tie in the playoffs, obviously. So
Yeah, facts.
yeah. So, hey,
Yeah.
I can't complain. It helped Cleveland out 1 year, so we're just going to stick with that. We're going to
what
stick with
year?
the ties.
What year is
Uh,
that?
Oh, that was a God. That's that year we went 7-3, Derek Anderson year,
that's
and we're like,
ancient times, bro. BC times.
really? It's
We
like
was probably in middle school. Nah,
good
for real.
chance. Yeah, we're like 2012, 2014.
Y'all ain't had Johnny Manziel.
Oh, we're gonna go back to the Manziel era. Manziel was 2 years before Baker, 3 years before Baker. So that would have been 2017.
Y'all had so many quarterbacks. That's crazy. But hey, man, let's go ahead and get into one of those games, man. The exciting games. Y'all know we always pick the exciting games to go over. Let's go over the Miami versus the Miami Dolphins versus the San Francisco 49ers. So, hey, man, what the heck happened to Miami, man? I picked Miami. I think Bo, you picked Miami too.
Yeah, they really screwed me over.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know what the hell is wrong with you, bro. Go ahead, Bo. What you got to say before I go on?
Oh God.
Nah, I was just saying the San Francisco defense they stepped up this game. They put pressure on Tua and for the first time this season, well, second time this season Tua kind of fell under pressure and he was throwing bad balls out there. I can say that some of his receivers are also dropping passes, but for the most part San Fran was able to get some pressure on him and you can tell it affected him just a little bit, just enough so that the so that they could get their offense back on the field. San Fran's offense back on the field, and their offense also played pretty good too. We know that Jimmy went down for the year, unfortunately, but Mister Irrelevant, what's his
Crazy,
Brock
name?
Brock
bro.
Purdy.
Brock
Bro.
Purdy, Mister Irrelevant, the last pick of this year's draft. He came in and he stepped up. He stepped up to the plate and he played pretty good.
Definitely stepped up, man. He was 25 for 37, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, only threw one pick. Now,
Yeah,
yeah, hey, he did his thing. Now, I came into this game late, like, and I only turned to it. I feel like no, yeah, I was out with my girlfriend. Had to go IKEA. You know how that goes. That can take hours. All the 1 o'clock games. I was able to catch the end of this one, and I was keeping up with my phone, and I saw that Garoppolo went out. So I'm like, okay, Miami should win this big. You know, Tua threw a big bomb early in the game. I thought the Dolphins was gonna really just put it on them.
yeah.
But man, and I'm not saying Brock Purdy is sensational. He's gonna be this next guy, but he did his thing. He did his,
Yeah,
and I
if
feel like
he, oh, go ahead.
yeah, I feel like all these quarterbacks under Cal Shanahan, like you see, like they succeed. You know, even Mullins, he had a few game stretch where he was playing good. Um, well, it's a lot of quarterbacks. I can't think of them right now, but shoot, Garoppolo. Um, it's a few of them. I can't think of them. I all had it in my head, but hey,
Just not Trey Lance.
we don't know yet. We don't know yet. What he only played one game?
I think he played like two, but not enough, not enough to tell what he is.
Exactly.
There's a rumors that they're trying to get Jimmy to stay in San Francisco. That says to me they're not sure about this kid.
I don't see how you can be sure about him. He hasn't been on the field.
Exactly. But yeah,
You've seen him in practice. Is he the guy? And
going back,
this system makes good quarterbacks. It's that it's that system they ran in Minnesota that got Kirk Cousins all that money. It's the system that Jacoby Brissett making himself some money in Cleveland. If you play within this system, you'll look good. That's why I think Brock Purdy can hold the fort down after the reports today that Jimmy's not out fully. If they make a deep run in the playoffs, he can come back. He's not having surgery.
hold the fort down where? Sure.
Brock Purdy, if you can hold the fort down at the 49ers, Garoppolo's not having surgery. They're saying he's going to be back.
So you saying he can win playoff games?
He's got to win at least one. If he can win one playoff game, they're assuming Jimmy Garoppolo will be back.
I think they played Tampa Bay Sunday. I don't think they was gonna beat them.
So that's
Tampa Bay's awful. Let's stop that. Tampa Bay is awful. But they're only off by one game from this point last year where they made that Super Bowl run. So
Exactly. I'm not betting against that man. I betted against him last week. Got me an L.
real question is after this game, after Jimmy G's injury, can San Fran make that playoff push? Because I know me. I thought before this injury that they can push it to the NFC Championship. I'm not too sure if I'm ready to stand on that still after this injury.
Thank you,
But
bro.
how do y'all feel about that?
I'm with you, bro. I gotta see more, man. It was one game. You know what I'm saying? They played Miami. The defense is not really all that great to me. Well, they're not top five, right? I don't think they're top five.
Nah, Miami, nah.
You know what I'm saying? So like when you get into the playoffs, like you shouldn't play. And the Buccaneers defense is good. So I want to see how he plays against them. Sure. Now he got all the weapons he needs to do what he needs to do. But hey, like I said, I got to see more. We only saw one game. He did what he needed to do. He was poised. But yeah, we got to see more. Because when you play against the Cowboys, even though they can fuck up themselves, when that defense is on, like you got to be a quarterback that's gonna work. So yeah,
I don't know. My whole opinion about the 49ers has not changed whatsoever. I didn't think they were making an NFC title game with Jimmy or without him.
mm. Oh, you did it.
No,
Mm.
no, 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 no.
A lot of people did. Like a lot of people have them in the top three in the NFC. A lot of people have Eagles, Cowboys, then Niners.
Mm.
That's what a lot of people say.
Like, I don't feel any different. I think that system, they're going to just keep going. That's why I literally thought nobody was going to say anything different. Like, the whole Baker rumor was never going to happen. I think they love that guy. I think that Purdy guy can keep everything down. He can do what Jimmy did, execute at that level. It's
You think
just
Jimmy can come back and just well, why even bring Jimmy back? That's what I'm saying. If he can do what Jimmy G can do, he's basically doing everything he does. So
Uh, Go ahead, John.
I think they're messed up. I think they're regretting the whole Trey Lance thing. You moved up for this guy. You watch him at practice, and you're going ooh, ugh. That's why you bring Jimmy G back. One, because you couldn't trade him.
Actually, I don't know about that, John, because I think if Trey didn't get injured, he'll be starting right now. Like Jimmy
Okay.
G has been playing this whole time. Trey Lance has been playing.
Okay. They want him to come back. You could find anybody else to be the backup, but you know you have a level of play with Jimmy G.
I mean, because Trey Lance went out week 1.
Yeah.
Well, why not bring back somebody who already knows the system?
Oh no, he went out after that because there was a rumor that he was getting traded to Cleveland, but Cleveland was like, "We're not taking that money." Mm-mm.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
Jimmy was gonna go to Cleveland.
That was the rumor,
Okay.
but Cleveland was not going to eat his salary, and nobody else wanted to trade for Jimmy because Jimmy's Jimmy.
The dude's a winner.
God,
Yeah.
stop that! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Mm-mm.
I mean, time and time again, he's been winning.
I'll take him over that.
Put it. Whoa! You would take him over Dak.
Dak's been pissing me off, man.
Wait, Dak's a winner. That's all he's been doing is winning.
Not more than Jimmy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Jimmy beat him last year.
Exactly. Jimmy been going to NFC championships. Jimmy going to Super Bowls. Like, put some respect on this.
We're giving too much credit to the quarterback.
I mean, yeah.
That defense.
We always put too much credit to the quarterback.
You won't have it. I won't have it here. I'm saying it's a team effort.
Listen, like, check this out. Since this podcast started, we talked about the 49ers and Miami. We only named the quarterbacks. I ain't say Tyreek Hill yet.
That's a fact.
So
But
we always talk about that. I mean,
That's true. But I'm going to tell you this. It is if you put Jimmy G anywhere else, not in a weapon-loaded system, he would not be successful.
I mean, if
Jimmy
you do that
G?
with it, if you do that with a lot of quarterbacks that are pretty, where their talent isn't good, they're not gonna succeed. I mean,
look at Aaron
Look
Rodgers.
Pat Mahomes, you could put anywhere.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's very talented. He's one of the best we've seen.
Yeah.
I mean,
But we've seen, like Jakari said, Aaron Rodgers took a step down since last year because he don't got that number one guy. It happens, but he is in a good system. Their defense is good, so they win. They play winning football, and Jimmy G has been in that system, and he looks pretty good in that system.
Yeah.
I think you should bring back Jimmy G just because it's always good to have a backup. Like either way, if you start Jimmy, you have Trey Lance on the back end, and because eventually Jimmy G most likely is going to get hurt. Just
He's
like
got to do Jimmy G things and get hurt. Yeah.
he might get hurt, or if you decide to put Trey Lance back in and give him another shot, I don't see nothing wrong with that either because I think the kid has talent, and I think he could potentially be a good quarterback in this league. But I mean, he just hasn't been on the field, so we haven't got to see what he could really be.
well, let's get to Tua. Let's get to Tua and the Miami Dolphins, man.
Because they really stunk it up this weekend.
What the hell? You know what I'm saying?
I will defend them. You have a East Coast team going out west. Statistically, that's not a good thing. When somebody's got to travel that distance, weird time, teams usually don't play well.
Jesus.
It's true. It is.
So you putting that on that
40.
Look,
40.
it's like when people go down to Miami. There's some stuff that happens to guys that go to Miami.
Get a shit, bro.
You know what happens in Miami.
Yeah, man.
Also, early in Miami, they're in the sun. They've got the whole stadium built So the visitors are always in the sun. And it's dehydrating these kids. They've been out drinking all night. There's an advantage playing in Miami. Don't tell me you've never heard what. Why do you think the Patriots would always lose when they
I know.
went to Miami?
I thought this game wasn't in San Fran.
It was in San Fran, but they had to travel. Travel's a real thing.
I understand it's hard getting. I understand it's hard getting wins on the road, but I'm not blaming it on that. You go to play football. I don't give a
Exactly.
damn if you have to
Thank you.
travel. I don't care about the time, bro. You know what you signed up for. Go out there and get it done.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it is. That's why home teams, you get 3 points at home.
Yeah, this what I wanted to say about Miami, man. This is what I
Tell me
brought
about
up.
Miami.
Like, what's their record now? What 9-4,
8-4.
8-4. What's your record? 7-5 now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Like they had a chance like to get up on the Bills. And now I just feel like it's over now. They're not going to win the division. I really thought they had a chance to win the division. But
So no chance in Miami winning the division.
yeah, and I feel like they might get a first round exit.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that, but they might be able to still win the division. They not out of it.
No.
I think Buffalo. What's
Man.
Buffalo?
Y'all
4
got
losses.
the schedule pulled up. Anybody got the?
I got you, man.
Because hey, man, I think Buffalo can win out. Well, man,
I need them to win out. I need Buffalo to win out.
I'm about to say because they do play the Jets. You know,
Yeah, put
it
some
depends.
respect on it.
What y'all
They
doing?
9-3.
White or what?
They 9. You said what? Mike White?
No, we're not gonna get into that right now.
Mike White.
They're 9-3. So I mean, they're only one game behind them, and they still got to play them this year. So anything can happen.
Who the Bills? What's the Bills' next 4 or 5 games?
No.
I have no
Name 'em
idea.
all.
We play. They play us. They play the Dolphins after us.
Okay, 'cause it's good. Because they gotta play the
They
Bills.
play the Bears, the Bengals, and the Patriots. So I mean, they play 3 tough teams.
Mm-hmm.
Us,
Still gotta play the Bills.
Dolphins, and the Bengals.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, damn. They play the Bengals this year.
The
You said
Bills do. The Bills do. Yeah,
wow. Okay. Wow.
yeah,
You want to see what the Bills talking about in that stretch?
yeah. That's
That's
3. That's 3 rough games right there.
a tough stretch.
Nah, for
Jeez.
real.
All right, man. Y'all done with this game?
Yes.
Yeah,
Both
But
teams.
hold on.
Can both
We
teams
ain't-
make a run?
Uh-oh.
You said what?
Can both teams make a run? I say no for both.
Both teams who?
Can they make a run in the playoffs?
Miami and San Fran?
Yeah.
No.
Miami can. I don't know too much about San Fran right now. That system is so good. It's so hard to say that they can't. That it is. In Miami, they got the weapons to do it. But if they get matched up with the Bills, if they get matched up, I don't know. If they get that matchup, they might be out first round, second round. So
I'm
they
not gonna
could.
lie, I do like the Dolphins over the Bills because Tyreek Hill has been killing the Bills his whole career.
He has,
No,
but
for real. Them DBs hate him. I'm pretty sure they hate seeing Tyreek Hill.
that Bills defense will put pressure on Tua, and Tua will do what he did this past weekend, and that's throw a couple turnovers, and that will be enough for the Bills to win. To me,
Even without Von Miller, we're saying the Bills defense is going to pull it off.
yeah.
They're
I mean,
pretty good. Well, it is the Patriots.
they didn't have Von Miller last year. They was pretty damn good still without him. So I think they'll still be good. Yeah, they take a step down a little bit, but because it's Von Miller, but they'll still be good.
Okay.
Well, let's see, man. I say no for the 49ers because They're down to their third string quarterback,
Hmm.
Mr. Irrelevant, which is not irrelevant, man. He got drafted, man. So shout out to him.
For real.
Facts.
And I also think Miami's going down the first round because these two next teams that we're about to go over,
Uh-oh.
and the team that won, they on a hot streak right now, just like they were last year. The Chiefs versus the Bengals, y'all. This game, y'all watch. I was able to watch it. I was back in town from IKEA with my girlfriend. But yeah, man, I was back, man. I was able to watch this game, and it was a good one, man. 24-27, came all the way to the end. Bengals had to get a first down, and Joe Burrow was cool, collected, easily just delivered the ball to T. Higgins for a first down to ice the game. Patrick Mahomes did not fit their shot. Patrick Mahomes was not able to get back on the field. So, guys, man, what y'all think about them Bengals, man? This hot streak is looking crazy.
It's looking real crazy till this week, and it's going to be hilarious because we're going to talk about teams who can't beat teams. But I'm going to say this. I love Patrick Mahomes. I think he's the most gifted quarterback I have ever seen in my entire life. That team has a specific hole that I didn't realize until I went and looked some stuff up. And the Bengals are specifically built to take advantage of it. And I don't even think that's the real team they need to worry about. I think the Bills are a bigger headache for the same reason. The Bills are an efficient scoring team. They're about 75% per drive to score. The Bengals are in a upper 60, low 70 drive to score ratio. Let's just take one particular game. And honestly, every one of their close games that I looked up for the Chiefs have been this. The Chargers, they were scoring 40% to drive. It'd be field goal, punt, punt, touchdown, punt, punt. They're a big play chunk, even without Tyreek Hill, which is weird. We're big play, we're big chunks, we're not efficient because we got a guy at any time can just drop a bomb on you and we can win. But the problem is the Bengals are efficient. They're not wasting drives, don't come away with points. The Bengals scored on every drive except, well, technically 3. I don't count that last one when they could have scored. They're an efficient team, and efficient teams give them problems. They almost lost to the Chargers because the Chargers were efficient. If you can play efficient against the Chiefs, you can beat them.
Yeah. Um.
That was a long soliloquy.
I do what I can. I try to look at my facts. I look at them stats.
Yeah. That's a good one. Efficiency goes a long way in the NFL. So heck yeah. Bengals, they on a 4-game winning streak, man, and they 5 game, no 4 games, my bad, 4 game
They
winning streak.
they lost at Halloween.
Yeah, to y'all, and then yeah, they're on a 4 game now. They past 2 games have been very, very impressive to me. Coming into this game, there was some heated conversations between Jamar Chase and Justin Reed. I don't know if y'all seen that. It's hilarious. So I couldn't wait to see this game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Justin Reed was interviewed, and they asked him about T. Higgins. They was like number 88. He called him Tyler Higbee. He was like, Tyler Higbee from the Rams. He's like, they're like, no, T. Higgins. So Jamar Chase got on Twitter and was like, they're bickering back and forth, and pretty much, you know, Justin Reed pretty much was saying T. Higgins was irrelevant. But coming into this game, I couldn't wait to see this matchup. T. Higgins ended up scoring. Jamar Chase runs up to Justin Fields and makes it rain on him. That was hilarious to see.
Justin
But
Fields.
I mean, not Justin Fields. Jamar Chase, he went up to Justin Reed and made it rain on him. He did this, made it rain on him. It was
Crazy.
hilarious to see. But getting back to it, Joe Burrow looked amazing this game, and this is the
Mhm.
only quarterback to beat Patrick Mahomes 3 times in a row, and he's 3-0 against the Chiefs. Bengals got the Chiefs number so far. Um, Going back to efficiency, they are just they're just really good against the Chiefs. I don't know what it
Mhm.
is. They get locked in, and even when it counted the most, AFC Championship, the Bengals was able to get it done. Um, I think Patrick Mahomes next time though, and this Chief team is going to be super locked in to get this win because they need it, and it's probably going to happen in this playoff. It's going to be a playoff run where the Chiefs and the Bengals they match up, and I can't wait to see that again. But this game was amazing, nonetheless. It was good to see Jamar Chase come back from injury and do what he had to do. T. Higgins got was in the offensive game for the Bengals, and they backup running back. Joe Mixon didn't play. P. Ryan. I know I'm getting saying his name wrong.
No,
P.
it's
Ryan.
Samaje Perine.
Roger.
Samaj P. Ryan. He got in and he did what he had to do. These past couple weeks, he's also looking good. So I can't wait to see if the Bengals can keep this streak up. Cause who they play this week?
You ain't surmised.
They playing the Browns. And this man John, I think he thinks they could sweep the Bengals. I don't think I got a damn chance.
Again?
I
I
don't
don't
think
think.
so. And why I don't think so, man? Because this team is going crazy. Jamar Chase is back. You know what I'm saying? He's looking good, man. They got T. Higgins. He's starting to get back in the groove, giving me some fantasy points, but I don't think I'm going to make the playoffs, people. I'm looking pretty bad. Um, but, yeah, man, the Bengals, they honestly might win out, honestly. I think I heard they're going to play the Bills. They will play the Bills. And I really don't know why you looking like that, bro, because
Okay.
Joe Burrow, bro, I'm telling y'all,
Yeah. Burrow's a beast.
ever since
Mm.
college, bro, yeah.
Just
They
when
gonna
he sees the original brown and orange,
they
not
play out
so
this Sunday.
beasty.
They play out this Sunday.
Yep.
You want to make a bet? They're gonna smack y'all.
Really?
I honestly think they're gonna smack y'all.
Quick question. If you can look up the last time they smacked the Browns,
I don't have to do that.
you don't have to
It's
do
gonna be
that?
Sunday.
I thought we were just talking about sometimes a team can just have a team's number.
We can. We were just about to get into that, but I don't
Okay.
think that's gonna be the. I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's gonna be the case. You know what I'm saying? Because actually, it's gonna. We can go ahead and get into it right now because
Oh, well, let's do it.
The Bengals do have the cheat state as Bo has already mentioned. The Chiefs have not beaten them. All the games have been very close. I think all of it's been like 3 games or less. Like
Yeah, 3 points or less
yeah,
every game.
every game. So and I feel like Patrick Mahomes is not the last one with the ball every game. So yeah, man, they know what they're doing, man. Another team that always got another team's number is my team. Uh, Packers always got us. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Fuck it. I'm glad they this year, so we don't have to see them in the playoffs. So, boom. What y'all got, man? Who, who got another team's number? Like the Bengals got the Chiefs.
Browns have the Bengals. Kevin Stefanski's never lost to them. Joe Burrow's never beaten the Browns. What are we, 8-9 over the last 9 games against them?
8 and 9.
Yeah. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since they've beaten us.
8 and 9. He hasn't even been in the league that long.
No. I'm talking about the entire Bengals team beating the Browns.
Oh,
It's been since that 0-16 team. Kevin Stefanski's first win against the Bengals.
You talking about when he was playing?
Whoa. The Bengals go to the Super Bowl. Did not have an AFC North win.
You talking about last year?
Yep.
I didn't make the playoffs.
They went 10-7, and everybody else just stunk up the joint.
Wait, so you saying they lost to all the division opponents twice?
Yep.
That can't be right. It wouldn't make
I,
sense if that's the case.
I'm not gonna lie. The Browns have definitely had the Bengals number
And I'm going to tell you why.
ever since Joe Burrow got there, and it's really strange to see, but it's very true.
Now, here's the matchup you need to watch. The offensive line is not much better than last year. It 100% isn't. They're not playing anybody with a good edge rusher like the Browns have. The Browns have the best edge rushing duo in times of get off block time in the NFL. You also have probably the only cornerback who can match up with T. Higgins in the NFL. Didn't need him last year, though. And when you're talking about before, Antonio, about people chirping in the offseason. Woo, them boys were chirping at them Browns about certain guys not being good in the secondary. And what happened?
I remember that interview.
Mm-hmm.
Was that I'm athlete?
Yeah. And they were chirping hard because they said Ward is good, but Newsom, he just likes to talk. No, Newsom will hit you in your mouth, and he's a good press corner. I don't know. We had to move in the slot, but
Yeah, them boys was definitely salty because y'all have gotten the better of them. They're definitely competitors, Jamar Chase, and I think he just upset that they haven't got the best of y'all yet.
I would be too.
Oh, by the way, John, last year they beat the Ravens and Steelers twice.
Oh, okay. So you just lost to the Browns.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I was like, there's no way. They would have never made the playoffs if that happened.
Heck, they lost one out. Hey, we're going to end up making the playoffs. 3 seed probably.
Oh, my gosh.
Huh?
Hoping for the Bills. If we win out, it's 10-7.
What did he say?
Y'all are losing this weekend, so that's not happening.
Okay.
Wait, Bo, what did he say?
He said the Browns are going to make a playoff run.
I don't want them to. I really don't.
Number 3 seed.
Yeah, because he's saying they're going to win the division, pretty much.
10-7 will win the division if the Bengals go 3-3. The Ravens are done.
I would have said that the backup is good. I like
Wait.
that. He won games for them last year.
Yeah, but he had receivers too.
I'm going to be real. Huntley was good, but he did not win a lot of games last year. I think he was actually like 1-5, and that's why they missed the playoffs.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I swear he had like a couple weeks where like he was.
Oh, he was dealing, but they couldn't win.
He's good, but yeah, they couldn't catch a break last year. But they don't have a tough slate, so I don't know if the Ravens will miss the playoffs this year. They play Steelers, Browns,
Loss.
Falcons, Steelers again, and then the Bengals. That's 4 teams they could beat. To me,
They can beat the Steelers. They can beat the Steelers twice.
I know they
with no Lamar. I don't trust it.
They could beat the Steelers this because they play them this week. Then Lamar might come back. Yeah, Lamar might come back the next matchup. So these 3 games that Lamar might be out, they could possibly win them. They could.
Browns are not making the playoffs, John. I'm sorry.
I don't want them to. You're not hearing me. I don't want them to make the playoffs.
And all right, so since we get into the Browns, we have to talk about, Deshaun Watson just came back and they look terrible on offense. The offense.
Oh God.
Terrible. The defense won y'all that game. If y'all play like that in any of these upcoming games, y'all not making the playoffs. It's no chance in hell.
Yeah, that
So
was,
what? So what happened? What happened in Deshaun Watson's return? Why was he so rusty? Why he looked so bad?
As a man who's watched the all 22 tape on the game, one, we have a third/fourth string center starting for the team right now.
Okay,
Free Holy, whatever his name is. Free whatever, you ain't gonna be on the team next year, but we ain't got any other choice.
free pass rush.
Hundo. Issue two. Jedrick Wills. I don't understand how he's still in the league.
Whoa!
wow.
After watching the all 22, if he's ever beat, he is standing still looking at the play. There were 6 plays on that all 22 where you just see him just doing that. I'm like, dude, just other color jersey, put your helmet in his chest. He just gets lost and confused about how to play offensive line. It's weird, and I don't understand it. Deshaun Watson, his timing is so bad right now. Like, he doesn't have the timing with the receivers. His drop back is too deep. Like, the top of his drop is about 2 yards too deep almost every play, which is allowing the pocket to collapse on him.
It takes time.
Yeah. It's going to be a minute. I don't know how, again, 700 days. Who knows when he'll be okay?
That's what I'm saying. You saying playoffs? I'm like, what? Your quarterback now?
No. We can still run the table. And I'm not saying the defense played well, because it didn't. I'm saying Houston's that bad, they kept giving us the game. Legitimately, we had 3 turnovers at the end of the first quarter, and we were down 5-0. They didn't want to win this game. They 100% did nothing to win it. The interception we got was the freakiest interception I've ever seen. John Johnson's trash. Gets an interception because this dude dives and the ball bounces out of his hand into a guy's hand who's just standing there, literally beat on the play.
Yeah.
So my thing is, John, just real quick,
Tell me.
you guys are down 5-0 to the Houston Texans, I would say. They're down to their second string quarterback, I believe.
Yes.
Do you think y'all going to beat the Bengals?
Yes, because we did beat the Bengals. I mean, like, why are you saying it's strange? We beat them a few weeks ago.
We're not talking about the past right now.
So we're talking about the future.
Since then, the Bengals have been going crazy.
So Joe Burrow wasn't Joe Burrow before that?
Beating teams that y'all have lost to.
Exactly. So, like the same thing, the Chiefs, just for some reason, can't beat the Bengals. The Bengals can't beat the Browns.
This is not the same situation.
How so?
I don't think so.
How's it different?
Halloween. Was Jamar Chase playing Halloween?
No.
Denzel Ward wasn't playing either.
Thank you. I don't care.
Wait, the guy who would have been guarding Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase eats that up.
He didn't the first time they played each other.
Do you have Joe Burrow?
Yes, last year.
Yeah, that's why Jamar Chase was so heated in the offseason and got on that podcast and did all that, is because Denzel Ward had the best of
him up.
Y'all.
Hey, you keep. I'll tell you what. This is the bet. If the Browns get that dub, we're going live.
Listen, we could make that bet. That's fine with me. I don't think y'all beating the Bengals this weekend.
Again. Okay. Okay.
Y'all got the best of them. Y'all are 4-0 against Joe Burrow. I don't think it's gonna be 5-0. Good things come to an end. Y'all, this is the problem with this. Deshaun Watson looks like shit.
Like, no way Deshaun Jackson is gonna beat Joe.
Deshaun Watson looks like garbage right now, for one. And this ain't the time to be. This isn't the time.
Y'all starting Jacoby Brissett. I'll give you something.
Thank you.
No. I ain't worried about that.
Is
Take
Nick
the
Chubb
time to
okay?
go on a trial run.
Nick Chubb's good. We're having some offensive line issues, but Nick Chubb's fine. But here's the thing.
No.
What are they doing to stop Myles Garrett? What did they change since Halloween to stop Myles Garrett?
We gonna
That
see.
offensive line has been playing better.
They definitely need to do. They need to scheme up against Myles Garrett because every time
You need to.
Definitely. I mean, everybody
Browns,
thinks it.
every time the Browns go up against the Bengals, they don't, and he has like 3 sacks every fucking game they play against him. So hopefully they change something up. Well, yeah, not for you, but I like
They're
to see.
not.
I like to see a change in this Browns versus Bengals. I would like to see it
Mm-hmm.
be competitive.
Man, what time?
Yes. It's not even competitive.
There's no freaking way.
Okay. I believe you guys believe that. It's adorable.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Y'all got a trial quarterback in right now, and that is why y'all will not make the playoff because it's not time for that. This is the stretch you need to go. You need to put
Oh
Jacoby
yeah.
Brissett in if y'all want to make.
Mm-mm.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. This ain't the
Deshaun
time
Watson
for
needs to wait.
trial. You
He
can't
needs to wait.
trial right now if you want to make the playoffs.
Okay.
You gotta put what's working.
I'm gonna
Deshaun
say this
Watson.
again. You're talking about a guy who was in the MVP conversation last time he played. You're
It was
talking about a guy.
3 years ago. It was over
700 days
700
ago.
True.
days.
You're talking about a guy in his sleep is better than Jacoby Brissett
Yeah,
in his
for
sleep.
sure.
Not right now.
Now, I'm telling you this for again. I don't want him to make the playoffs because Joe Wood stays on this team if they make the playoffs.
But what if y'all
Without him
make the
doing.
playoffs and play the Bengals in the first round?
Again, if we're the 3 seed, we will because they'll be the 6, and they'll be coming to Cleveland for it.
You'll be happy. You'll be confident.
No, I don't want to because it's a fraud. Then immediately we'll get exposed the next round.
So you don't think y'all can
Immediately.
expose this round? I mean, Sunday.
I'd prefer
What are we talking about?
us to win out. No. He gets fired because they show up against the Bengals. That's just what they do. They won't show up against anybody else. That's all I need.
We talk about
If we win out, Deshaun gets some rust off of him. I'm happy. It feels good. We've also messed over the Houston Texans so they don't get a top 15 pick. So beautiful. That's all I want. I don't want the playoffs. I want Joe Woods fired so we can actually bring in somebody who is a competent coach. That's all I'm asking. Just beat these guys again, win out, so Deshaun can get some work. That's it. But us winning out, the only way it doesn't is some freakish stuff that somehow the Bengals have to win out after this game. And the Chargers have to win 3 more games.
not possible.
And somehow the Ravens have to win half of their games, and even though I don't think they will
Possible.
without Lamar, because I don't think Lamar is going to put himself out there with bad tape. Because he looked over at Baker Mayfield and was like, nah, man, I'm hurt. You ain't messing up my $250 million.
He gonna get his money regardless. He gonna get it.
Yeah, he's going to look good in that Atlanta uniform, boy. Maybe he'll get number 7.
Yeah. Well, Deshaun Watson is back. I think this is good to play him in the long run, but for short term, I don't think it's gonna work out for y'all making the playoffs or anything like that. Which is
Hopefully.
good for you. Which is good for
Hopefully.
you because you don't want them to make the playoffs. And I understand because Joe Woods needs to be fired ASAP. That defense has too much talent on it for y'all to be losing games like this and just blowing coverages and doing dumb stuff on defense. So yeah, man. Sean
Mm-hmm.
D walk back.
Y'all know what I think about the Browns, man. So let's go ahead and get into a team that's a real playoff team.
Okay, hang on. Before we get started, you know the talk in the whole offseason next year. Browns versus Cowboys. You know that, right?
For what?
Next season, all the preseason talk will be Browns versus Cowboys in the Super Bowl.
in the Super Bowl.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why don't you think so? That one mediocre year that we won 11 games, who was the AFC favorite in the offseason? The Cleveland Browns. Yo, yo, ESPN lead story. Everybody was on that. You don't remember that? It was
No,
a fraud.
Last year,
I remember. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I could see that being possible, but I mean,
That's all the talk. The offseason, the kings of the offseason, the Cowboys.
receivers.
The fact you'll have OBJ in the offseason.
guess what it is though? It's just talk.
I know. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that nonsense all season. You let us win one playoff game and it's the Bengals again?
Yeah.
Oh, first off, Zach Taylor fired. You can't beat the Browns. You're fired.
Well, he's gonna beat him this Sunday, man. Like I was saying, let's go to these.
Let's get to it.
Man, who played like a playoff team in the fourth quarter only.
Who'd you guys play again?
This game is pissing me off. We played the Colts. We played the Indianapolis, the Jeff Saturday. You know,
Yeah, the Saturdays. Yeah.
Dak threw another pick. It really pissed me off when he threw it. I'm not even gonna go over that though. He was 20 for 30, only 170 yards, 3 touchdowns. And when CD Lamb had a crazy game, 71 yards for a touchdown. Michael Gallup showed up, had 2 touchdowns. And of course, all of them did their thing, man. But our defense, the defense in the first 3 quarters, y'all, it was tripping, man. That was really tripping. This man, Matt Ryan, was looking good. He was 21 for 37. He had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Like, it was 21-19, and they was going for 2 in the third quarter. Like, it's like mid-third quarter. So they could have tied it up going into the fourth quarter. Now, going into this game, I expected us to win big, but I also had my doubts. Because in previous games, these boys been playing for Jeff Saturday. I'm not going to lie. But I say that they had a hard-fought game against the Eagles. Number one, I think the Eagles they scooped by that game. I don't think they ended up blowing them out. They beat the Raiders. So like, I think like in the past 4 games, I think they 1-4. So I mean they fighting. You know what I'm saying? So I did have my doubts about this game, about it being close or not. But y'all, man, the defense is looking crazy. We definitely have another liability that was by the Colts. Anthony Brown. If you guys know, I did have a podcast last year. I was talking about them damn Cowboys, and I always talked about Anthony Brown. He's a liability. And Matt Ryan saw it, y'all. Alex Pierce is looking like Rennie Moss. Seriously, man. Like past Anthony Brown, man. It was making me sick. He gave up a real deep one in the first quarter that set up their first touchdown. And then he also also Anthony Brown. He's out towards Achilles. He's pretty much out for the season. So that brings in Kelvin Joseph. Matt Ryan went after him too. But Alex Pierce mopped him in the end zone, which made it 21-19. I don't know what's going on with that position, because I feel like they're only going to go towards Trayvon Diggs if it's going to be a double move or something like that. I feel like that's the only way teams think they can beat Trayvon Diggs is with a double move. But he got beat with one this Sunday. But other than that, man, Trayvon Diggs does lock down. It also scares me because the defense, man, our other corners is not doing what they're supposed to do. Jonathan Taylor, he was able to stop the run. He only had 82 yards, so it was good.
You say Jonathan Taylor only had 82 yards?
Yeah, I think so. That's not a lot to
That,
me.
Hmm.
That's
that's
crazy to
that's
y'all.
that's a good amount of yards, to
Mm-hmm.
be honest with you.
20
It
carries.
ain't
Yeah, it's
that
4 yards carry.
that's pretty good. But
Watching
yes,
the game, I think we did pretty good stopping him. He didn't really go off to me.
y'all did struggle until that fourth quarter. Y'all literally put up 33 points
I was about
in
to
the
get
fourth.
into that. I was about to get into that. So
Talk to me,
man,
Car.
fourth quarter, man. I don't know. I think they hear me sometimes when I be watching. Like I was like
Nice.
on the sideline. You know, everybody did that fourth quarter, fourth quarter, fourth quarter. I was that guy on the sideline that everybody circled around, and I'm the only one in the middle, screaming and getting in everybody's face. I was pissed. We was only up by 2 against the Jets Saturdays, and people are picking us to win the Super Bowl. Are y'all fucking kidding me? Sorry, John. Sorry.
No, it just can't be monetized, but that's all okay.
But like it really did make me angry. But like when it started to turn around, I got relieved. I was like, okay, our defense is able to turn on that switch. Like, okay, let's go ahead and play. I feel like they just started fumbling the ball, and then after the fumbles, Matt Ryan just started throwing us the ball. It's kind of like they gave up once we started scoring like 20 in the fourth quarter. So yeah, man, I get a performance like a C plus. Honestly,
You give it a C plus?
yeah.
Oh my
Hmm.
god.
That's a little harsh, but okay.
The
That's
first 3 quarters they was trash.
That's true, but y'all finished strong, which is key. Y'all didn't slow down and end slow. Y'all got right in the fourth and y'all finished strong. And I feel like that's what y'all needed to do in that game. It could have ended way worse than that. But
it was looking like it too.
you put up 33 in the
Exactly.
fourth.
That's the
That is
stuff that's
that,
making me angry, man. Like these next few games, it's like Houston. Yes, we're projected to win. Exactly. See, yes, we're projected to win, but we can do some stuff like last year, like we lost to the Raiders, the Broncos, like in that stretch. Like it happened. We lost to the Jets a couple years ago against Sam Darnold. Like it's they started
but
to scare me, y'all.
this
Especially
this
for the Titans. Against the Titans, I don't know. That game's gonna scare me. I'm not gonna lie.
this Cowboys team is way different than the past, and I can admit that y'all offense. I like y'all offense. I like the scheme that y'all doing right now. You know, giving it to Tony Pollard and Zeke, they both eating, and that is
They're doing
scary
their
when
thing.
you
They're doing their
when yeah when you can have a run game like that, you can go far because people don't want to tackle in the fourth quarter. And that's
No,
probably what happened. That's probably what happened with the Colts. But nah, realistically, this is scary for defenses. You don't want to tackle these two. They're both explosive. Zeke can hit you in the hole,
Hey, I
and
feel like
then
Zeke. Hey, he not 2015 Zeke, but he's
it
showing that he can still be on the roster.
no for sure. He's still he's definitely been impressive these past couple weeks. But this Dallas offense looks really good with the running scheme, and then y'all also can pass the ball as well, which is this also scary. And this team looks different than the past. I
Yeah,
know y'all lost Amari Cooper, but implementing Tony Pollard in the offense and his explosiveness it's been really good for y'all this year. I just thought about this. By the end of Dak's career, do you think he'll have a better one than Matt Ryan?
yeah.
Think so? Okay.
so you're
Uh,
saying he's going to get an MVP?
and he'll go to the Super Bowl.
If he get his, if he get his stuff, like, oh my goodness,
Yeah,
like,
because Matt Ryan's got an MVP.
yeah, I think thanks to Julio Jones.
Matt Ryan that year was crazy, but I can admit like Matt Ryan has had really good seasons, but that's
Hmm.
the only year that just like just sticks out.
I think
And
Tom Brady should have won that year though.
Wait. Who was the offensive coordinator that year?
Kyle Shanahan.
It's that system. He makes dudes look great if you play in the system.
so I think Dak will have better years than Matt Ryan for sure. Like,
Yeah, when their careers go down, I feel like that. He'll have a better career. I don't know if he'll win a Super Bowl or go to one. I don't know.
yeah.
I'm not gonna jinx anything.
You don't think Jerry will try to get rid of him early?
I mean, his fans are coming out.
Just Jerry does some weird stuff sometimes and makes you go, interesting. Now, Carl, I'm gonna ask you. I've watched a little Cowboys and I love Pollard. I think Pollard, y'all guys got so lucky with that dude. Your defense is 100% built to play from ahead, so Micah could just pin his ears back and murder people.
I believe it. Yeah.
And every time y'all are in close games, the defense looks shaky because they're not really built to shut down like 3 yards in a cloud of dust, a couple of out routes. When you have to make Micah hesitate to see if he needs to play the run, you guys aren't the same thing.
Which is why I need Dak in that offense to do what they need to do. Drive down the field and get some points, man. Like all these 3 and out stuff, like they every drive we get a 3 and every. I feel like our first 2 games, like our first drives. I mean, our last 2 games, our first drives have been 3 and out. Like, come on, man. We got the number 1 scoring offense since Dak has been in.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what you supposed to do, man? That's what I'm saying. How we got the number 1 scoring offense and we're not putting up points like that? Well, we are, but like we having teams in the game. We should always be playing ahead or in a shootout. In my opinion.
That's what we all wish our team was.
I mean, for real.
I mean, that's how our team is built, though.
I think you should be happy that you guys just put the hammer down in the 4th. You should be wildly impressed. They picked it up.
I'm happy about the 4th quarter. I just want to talk about the first 3 because the first 3 I was angry.
Yeah, I feel you on that. As you should be. I also have a question for you because this topic has been brought up. We all know Michael Parsons, defensive god this year. But he has some competition for defensive player of the year. And that is Nick Bosa. He has surfaced and everybody's talking about him now. Nick Bosa, first in sacks, first in QB hits, second in tackle for losses, second in pressures, and he's had 1 less game than Michael Parsons. So now the question is, does Michael win DPOY or does it go to Nick Bosa?
If the season was to end right now, I would give it to Nick Bosa. Now I will say Michael got a couple games where he can get multiple sacks. We can see
the Houston Texans. Yeah.
If I say if our offense and the defense do what they're supposed to do early in the game, get ahead, maybe 10, 14 points, let Michael rush for the rest of the game, he can get multiple sacks. You know, we're going to play them. We're going to play the Titans. They coming up. Even though they run a lot with Derrick Henry, if we're able to stop that, like Ryan Tannehill has been throwing the ball lately. We're also going to play the Jags. So he got a chance to move on up. But if the season was to end right now, Nick Bosa is winning the defensive player of the year.
Yeah, man. Nick Bosa has been nothing but scary.
Crazy.
But this shows you how much Michael Parsons has improved from last year, though. He's in DPOY conversations, and that is very impressive. Y'all really hit in the draft on Michael Parsons. This is you don't get this a lot.
I caught it.
That's really good. And then y'all got y'all cornerback too. So those are 2 things you want to have in the defense. You want to have that lockdown corner. You want to have that crazy edge rusher. You got them both. And now it'll be easier for y'all in the future to build that defense even more. So that's really impressive to see Micah jump from first year to second year.
Heck yeah, man. So, John, I know you got a lot about this next topic. Oh, no, we don't. We got our new segment, y'all. New segment. It's called Who's Him? All right, man. So, who is him? We just, all three of us, we picked a player, and we're gonna talk about why he's him and talk about his performance over the weekend. If y'all don't mind, I'm gonna start it off.
Go ahead.
Knock yourself out, man.
This guy was mentioned last week by me because I said he is still the best receiver in the NFL. Devon
Love it.
Adams is
Love it.
him.
Love it.
Reception,
Love it.
157 yards and two touchdowns. Y'all, if y'all watched that game, man, I'm not gonna lie, I picked the Chargers to win, but Devontae Adams is going crazy, y'all, making left-handed catches, mossing people. Like, I feel like that game, John, I hope you watched it.
Here we go.
He's still the best receiver in the NFL.
And here we go.
Devontae Adams is him.
Respect. I'll give you credits for that one, bro. That was one of my honorable mentions for sure for this week. Devontae Adams, yo, he's going on a scary tear. Like these past like
Bro,
six
which is
games.
crazy. Like, I'm gonna let you keep going real quick, but I just want to say this real quick. The Raiders has been looking good. Like, why? Where this been? Because a lot of people had the Raiders in the playoff contention. But yeah, keep going though. Keep going. They been playing good
Yeah,
lately.
these past six games, dude is averaging around 130 yards per game. He's putting up tutties like every other game. He has two touchdowns. And if you wouldn't have asked me, if it wasn't for Josh Jacobs last week, I mean, he would have had a couple more touchdowns and probably like 50 more yards to put him like 130 yards. But nah, that's a good pick for who's him. He is balling out, and like you said, he's one of the best receivers right now. And
One of.
I'm gonna just say it now.
Here we
I'm
go.
going. I'm going back on my pick, bruh. Justin Jefferson, I love him, but seeing what Devontae Adams is doing is why he is the best receiver. He's the best well-rounded receiver in the NFL. He's the best, not the best route runner, but top five for sure route runner. He knows how to
Absolutely.
find the end zone week in and week out. Devontae Adams is definitely him. That pick is certified, Kari.
Thank you. Go ahead, Bo. Who's him?
Okay, we going on to me. I'm going with Jalen Hurts. I know you don't want to hear
Wow.
you don't want to hear it, Kari, but this past weekend he absolutely went crazy, and you just have to give him his roses for his performance he put on the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans is not a scrub team. Mike Verbal, he always knows this team is very disciplined on defense and on offense as well. Well, their offense is a little shaky, but defense they're usually really disciplined. This weekend, Jalen Hurts murdered them. It was AJ Brown's revenge game as well, but Jalen Hurts, 380 yards, three touchdowns, four touchdowns in total because he had a rushing one. And 74 completion percentage. This man was on fire this weekend, and it was just really good to see. AJ Brown, it was good to see him go off against his former teammate. And if y'all didn't hear, the Titans GM got fired, and that's probably because AJ Brown went absolutely
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And they said, "Wow, why the fuck did we get rid of AJ Brown? What was the reasoning? Just pay the man." But yeah, overall, Jalen Hurts, this is another guy that his first year to his second year has been unbelievable. Like his year last year to this year is a big leap and a big step forward, and you don't see it a lot in quarterbacks where they go from, you know, uh seventh to number one in the NFC. You don't see that. Like, it has been really impressive to see what Jalen Hurts has been able to do this season, and that's why he has been him. And last weekend, he was definitely him. So, John, I'm gonna let you take the floor now. Who was him for you this weekend?
And hopefully I get to have my own criteria for who's him. Y'all talking about great performances, good route run. Y'all talking about overall seasons. I'm saying this one game. One game where this dude staked his claim to being him. He went
Oh,
17 carries, 85 yards. But that wasn't why it was him. And this breaks my heart to say it. Najee Harris is him. When he stiff armed the soul out of this man, my God.
no, she's talking about a play. Oh yeah, hey, I
Oh,
saw
no, no.
that.
I'm saying for the week, he's him.
Yeah, okay, he went crazy.
It, 1785, that's not great yardage, but what he did to this man. I mean, he's got a family. He's got children. You're gonna push him down like that. Make him yours.
Yeah, man.
Najee said that he is that dude. He is him this week. Again, for my criteria, did you do something to prove you're him? And Najee did it for me.
I can respect that one.
I could respect your pick, man. Najee Harris gets it, and they got the dub. So hey, there, all of our hymns they won.
I'm
Yeah.
about to say, I'm about to say yours is cool too, bro. But I mean, I was gonna pick AJ Brown, but he's an Eagle, so we'll see them, man. Hey, we gonna beat them. I can't wait to that. I can't wait to talk about that week when we record because we're gonna get them that week.
Oof.
Heck yeah, man. So we coming up on that hour mark.
Yeah, I know what you guys want to talk about. I am okay with letting that go until after Thursday. We'll do a special episode
No. We can get into it a little bit, just a little bit, man. So
because he's starting allegedly.
Cleveland Browns, former quarterback.
He doesn't claim it. He doesn't claim it anymore.
He was waived from the Carolina Panthers. Was it yesterday? A couple of days ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Picked up yesterday. And he's going to be playing for the LA Rams. And it seems like I think he's going to start. He actually might start this Sunday. So, what do you guys think about Baker Mayfield getting another chance?
Hey, before you take the floor, John, I'm gonna say a couple of things, a quick couple of things, and that's
Please.
it. Baker on the Rams, he got so lucky that Matthew Stafford went out. He's so lucky that he was able to get on another team because he doesn't deserve it. He started off on the Browns, and the organization that has picked him, he's picked them apart. He's thrown them under the bridge. He's thrown them in the fire. And in the beginning of the season, he left the Browns. He wanted to lead the Browns. Now, in the middle of the season, he wants to lead the Panthers. The Panthers didn't want to give him up. He wanted that. He wanted to get waved off. And
I didn't know that.
yeah, Baker's
Oh
the
yeah.
reason why. Baker's the reason why he's on the Rams right now. And I don't understand why he gets another chance to start. He hasn't proved nothing this year. He's looked terrible. Now he's going to a Rams offense that is already banged up. No Allen Robinson, no Cooper Kupp. You're putting yourself in another fire. And I think after this year, he's gonna burn another bridge. And maybe he might be out the league, but he's definitely not a starter by next year. He's definitely gonna be a bench player if he's not out the league. That's my take on this. Go ahead, John.
I'm not so sure. See, I'm gonna respectfully disagree, bro.
Okay.
You know, Baker Mayfield, and I'm not saying he's good. He's great, but he's not bad. All right, Baker Mayfield is not a bad quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Um, you can blame his first 2, 3 years that he had a different coach every year, and he played for
Hmm.
the Browns and he played for the Panthers. Now, Jonathan Day, it has been said that he was intrigued with Baker Mayfield coming out of college. All right, and there are rumors that Matthew Stafford is looking to retire. The man's getting old now. You know what I'm saying? So this could be another opportunity for Baker Mayfield to do what he needs to do. We got a better coach, better system. We got Cooper Cup. You know what I'm saying? Now this is only if Matthew Stafford was to retire. I'm pretty sure they would keep Baker Mayfield. You know what I'm saying? Unless they get one of these young quarterbacks that's gonna come out this year, C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young or Caleb Williams. You don't think none of them?
With what pick?
Yeah,
They
if
were
the
getting
Rams,
Oh
The
yeah,
Rams all yeah. Remember they were FM picks.
that's them picks. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Lions are gonna look good. Lions are gonna look really good.
Lions and the Seahawks are going to look incredible.
Seahawks too. Yeah, hey, they on the way
that
up. We'll
that's
talk
a
about
good
that in the offseason.
that's a good take you bring up, Kari. Matthew Stafford might be retiring. I don't think he will be, but if he does, the Rams still need a quarterback. Baker
It's
is
not
not
that bad.
Baker is not that guy. Kari, I thought this too. John's been telling me Baker's not good. Baker's this and that, and I said, he's going to the Panthers. He's going to play okay. I don't think he's bad. I think he's
Panthers
okay.
are bad.
This
Let him play on a good team.
they had. He was on a good team. He was on the Browns, and he was terrible last year. He was terrible with the Browns.
Oh, don't get me started, Kari. I know where you go. Say it. Say the injury.
Oh,
And
he was
in
definitely injured.
and in the
But
Panthers,
let's talk
and
about the year before that. You want to talk about the past?
let's be
He
real.
took the Browns to the playoffs.
True.
I'm
John
trying to hold my tongue.
game.
He did not take the Browns to the playoffs. That Browns team was loaded. It was the number one offensive line. Had one of the greatest pass rushing seasons.
Exactly.
Nick Chubb was killing people.
Put him around some talent, and he won't be terrible.
No, he has to have all the talent. Okay, I'm not gonna. No, go ahead, Tony. Go ahead and finish up because where y'all want to go with Baker? I've watched him for 4 years.
Baker has to be in the perfect situation to be good, and the Rams is not the perfect situation for him right now. What he's gonna do on the Rams is nothing. They don't got nothing over there for him right now. They got
I'm not
Baker
talking about right now.
in the future. I don't like that should not be your future QB. That is not a franchise guy. He's not a locker room guy. Nobody likes him. Roby Anderson at the beginning of the season was going to retire because he did not want to play with Baker Mayfield. There's something about him that these dudes do not like.
Steve Smith.
As you can see, he burns bridges with all his organizations. Players don't like him. He's just not a franchise guy. I'm gonna let you take the floor now, John. Go ahead.
Okay, I've got notes on Baker. I've had notes on Baker forever. Tony, you've heard me talk about this dude legitimately at the beginning of last season. I was saying if we can keep Baker under 20 passes a game, we can win.
Because he was injured, right?
No, this is like coming off of 2020. Everybody thought they were great. I was like, yeah, if we can keep him under 20 passes, what franchise quarterback are you going? If we can keep him under 20 passes, he'll be okay.
Dak Prescott. Yeah.
Okay, first off.
We play better when we run more than pass.
All right. Let's get into all these questions, the lies that everybody tells themselves about Baker Mayfield. That 2020 fabled season that he won the playoffs. No. We beat a busted Pittsburgh Steelers team who was trash. We went 11-0 and faded out 6-0 losses.
Yeah.
We went up 21-0 on them in that game. First quarter. First play snapped over old boy's head. We scored a touchdown. Baker didn't win any of those games. Baker made a couple of hot throws. Baker has never not been surrounded by talent on the Browns. Baker's first year was Odell's first year. They traded for him that first year. Jabril Peppers came in the year before. He was part of the trade to get him. Now let's talk about the mechanics of Baker. Since the beginning of that hard knock season when Hugh Jackson got fired, there's a very famous scene where Hugh Jackson went up to him and was like, "Look, Six, you got to be the first dude in there. Last guy out. You got to be the hardest working guy here. You're supposed to be the franchise." And he blew it off. The talk about Baker is he does not study. He doesn't care. He thinks his talent can win out. Arguably, he's got a cannon for an arm.
Yeah.
He makes bad decisions. He can't see the field. He doesn't know how coverages work. Mainly because he thinks he can throw it at anything and no, he can't.
Fact.
He is not an accurate passer. His fabled season that Kevin Stefanski got him, he was, 60% pass completion? Only had 20-something touchdowns? He had more yards passing the year before under Freddie Kitchens. But we won more games because the defense played better.
And also, y'all running backs are really good.
Yeah, it's not Baker. Baker's always been coddled because they love to coddle. Skip Bayless literally was crying this morning on television talking about they just won't give him a chance. I'm like, all right, you show up at Oklahoma, no invite. You tried to screw the system by not having to have a redshirt year for a transfer. Instead of just taking the shirt, you fought it, still had to take the shirt. Because you ran from Texas Tech because you and the coach didn't get along. Why? Because he was trying to tell you your mechanics are crap, your footwork's trash, you need to study. So he goes to Oklahoma, where everybody's the world's greatest passer in Oklahoma. That's why Jalen Hurts went there to prove he could pass. And Jalen Hurts' numbers were good.
Indeed.
Now, the problem with Baker, and I'm saying, and you can remember this, Tony, I said he's going to be out of the league within 2 seasons.
You did tell me that.
I think 100% he'll be on the SEC network by the beginning of next year. I didn't think he'd be on his third team this quick. He's going to flame out at the Rams because he's not good. He's going to get exposed on primetime television. He can get hot and throw a couple of good touchdowns. He can. But so could Fitzmagic. But Fitzmagic is on the NFL Network right now. But he isn't half the quarterback that Fitzmagic is.
Well, I said Fitzmagic's been in the league for some years.
Yeah. But Fitzmagic could never start. He start, then they're like, yeah, we can't live with those picks, dude. We can't have you throwing us out of games. Baker Mayfield, his ego will never allow him to be a backup. He thinks he's him. He's wrong. Yeah, you got a cannon for an arm, but you run like a 4.91. You're 6 foot tall. Your mechanics are horrible. You can pick any play when he throws a bomb or a crossing route. Well, he doesn't throw a check down, so you can't look at that. For a 6'1" guy, as a passer, your job, top of your drop, hit your back foot, shift weight forward, throw. He spreads his legs, torques his body to get power, which is actually making him shorter. Plus, his release point is right around eye level, which for a 6 foot quarterback, eye level, and you've squatted, is like what, 5'10", 5'9"? That's why Kyler Murray works. If you see how he throws, he doesn't do that leg spread thing. He throws at a higher release point. He's a better quarterback, even though, that Call of Duty thing, man. That might be a problem. That might be a problem. But Baker Mayfield will whine and complain and say it's everybody else. Funny. Everybody said that Odell was washed in Cleveland. What did he do when he got to LA?
Yeah, he had a very remarkable season.
Yeah. And you had two of the best wide receivers who could just create for him, and he didn't want to throw the passes to him.
That is facts. I mean, yeah, Baker.
It,
Over these past couple years, there's a lot of controversy over his name. I mean, starting with the Odell stuff and his dad showing numerous of films of him missing Odell, not making the right reads. It's just been craziness. I just don't think
Not
the
to cut
Rams.
you off, but that film illustrated to me a worse point. Odell was open, but so was like two other guys. That he would choose the one deep route that was covered every time. And all those footages, you can see every clip. Odell was open, and the underneath was open.
Yeah,
And Baker would try the more difficult deep route because he's Baker Mayfield.
hmm unfortunately, these top picks in the drafts that are quarterbacks, a lot of them don't work out. And
At all.
I think Baker, he did have a good year with the Browns in the 2020. I think he was just surrounded by a very stacked team, great defense, and a
Wonderful
great,
system.
wonderful system, and a great run offense that allowed him to not have to pass so much. And since then, it's been all downhill for Baker. I don't think this Rams pickup is longevity for them. I think they're trying to test something out because they have nothing else. But I don't think it's gonna last for Baker.
To be honest, I think it's about them trying to recoup picks.
Mm,
Because if he gets released at the end of the year, somebody pick him up, they get a compensatory pick, and they can start to try to build some of these picks back.
that's
I can
smart.
see that, bro.
That's very smart.
And I didn't do any of my notes. This is just off the cuff about how much nonsense about this dude that I had to hear for 4 years.
Yeah, you had to get that off your chest.
I think it's about Baker Mayfield. I just hope he has a. My fault. I just hope he do all right, man. I feel like a lot of people's been. I mean, he's a grown man, so I wouldn't say hard on him, but
He's 27.
like I said, he's a grown man. But I understand. I just feel like he's not a terrible quarterback, like y'all saying. So,
Okay, hold up. Here's one stat for you. Since
I mean,
2006.
you can share all the stats. I'm gonna have the same opinion.
Okay, since 2006, currently Baker Mayfield has the second worst QBR since 2006.
Yes, bro. And
Jamarcus Russell is the worst. The 0-16 quarterback of the Browns had a better QBR.
yeah, and you can say what you want about the Panthers not having weapons at the beginning of the year. They had CMC, Roby
Mm-hmm.
Anderson, and DJ Moore. And Baker Mayfield had the worst QBR since 2006, and he was the worst quarterback in the league. He was. It's facts. On the Panthers, he was the worst quarterback with these weapons. So, and yeah, man, it's just I
And how did
understand
Sam Darnold do with those weapons?
playing okay, but I don't want to get into Sam Darnold.
Hey, it was still better than Baker. That's all I can say. It was better than Baker.
It was better to Baker. People have been hard on him, but Jakari is for a reason. It is plain and simple. He's bad locker room guy. He's not a good quarterback at all. He makes bad decisions on the field, and he's not that good of a QB. He's good enough to be in the NFL as a bench player, but his ego
Listen
won't.
to all the things you just said. You just said he's good enough to be in the NFL, but you just said he sucks as a quarterback.
As a bench player, I said he's good enough to be in the NFL as a bench player, but his ego won't allow him to be a
Mm-hmm.
bench player. I think he is good enough to be in the NFL, but a lot of quarterbacks are, but they're on the bench. I don't think he's a starter quarterback. I don't
We'll
think he
see.
should be.
We'll see. I mean, he ain't my quarterback, so I mean,
He might be.
nah.
You know who are the There's only two people talking about him before the draft: Jerry and the Browns' old GM. Why that GM got fired?
I mean, Jerry was talking about him because Baker Mayfield was going to make him a lot of money. That's why Jerry
So,
was talking about him. Jerry was talking about Johnny Manziel too.
oh yeah, you can have both of them.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, they was going to make Jerry a lot of money. That's why Jerry was thinking about that. He was thinking about the money.
You can
Jerry
still,
first.
I can promise you, the PR machine at Dallas will get behind Baker in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah. If he was the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, like he was the draft and we didn't have that, like yeah, he'd be the golden child.
Oh, he would have flamed out quicker. He would have flamed out quicker in Dallas.
I wouldn't say that.
Ooh, the scrutiny in Dallas is far worse than Cleveland.
No, it is. I'm saying I wouldn't say that. I mean,
Have you seen his press conferences? Oh my god! Oh my god!
I've seen it. I was saying I wouldn't say that. I just, I think he
Okay.
had a better career so far if he just started with the Cowboys. Being real, our offensive line was good a couple years ago.
The Browns have had the best offensive line in football for like the last 3 years.
Exactly. We had Amari. Zeke was going crazy. Like he would have had a better year, a better career.
Would have had better weapons around him for sure.
Yeah.
But who knows? Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Let's leave this Baker stuff in the past. We
I was
talked
ready
enough
to leave
about
it
him.
like 15 minutes ago, man.
Y'all brought it up. I told you I was going to do a separate one just on Baker, but you had to bring it to me.
John had to get it off his chest, and I understand respectfully. So, speaking of Baker, the Rams are playing the Raiders this Thursday. Should we go ahead and get into these Week 13 predictions?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We do,
I got
man.
mine up.
So tomorrow, Baker Mayfield will be suiting up against the Rams to play against the Raiders.
Yep.
Now I've been betting against the Raiders, and so far they've been winning. But I feel like if I go against them, they're gonna let me down. But I am going with the Raiders. Yeah. I'm
What's
going
the
with
spread?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm also going with the Raiders. I mean,
Wow.
Baker got picked up literally today, and he's suiting up tomorrow to play.
Yeah, that makes
Um,
no sense. They don't
I
have a
don't think
backup.
I don't think he's gonna be ready to play. I don't think that the Rams are really wanting to win any more games this season. Uh,
No.
maybe, yeah. So just give me the Raiders. They're also on a hot streak. This is the Raiders team that I was expecting from the beginning. It's good to see the potential of this team. Maybe it might work next year. Maybe they could keep winning and maybe make a playoff spot. Don't think it's gonna happen, but it's good to see the Raiders get in their stride. And I'm picking them against Rams this weekend.
Well, looking at the spread, Vegas is 6.5 point favorites somehow on the road.
What do you mean somehow?
I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound real contrary to what I just said. I think Baker, if he starts, going to have a fairly decent game.
Y'all are weird.
No, because again, I've watched him for 4 years.
Man,
This is what he does. No preparation. It's going to be a lot of backyard football where he's just going to throw it up. He's not going to have an awful game, but it ain't going to be good. I would not be shocked if he threw for like 250, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. It would not shock me because he doesn't have to study. He just has to know what the play call terminology is, which he can do. And it's going to be simplified. Now, if he starts the week after, he's going to get blown up. He's going to get exposed. I would not be surprised, but the Raiders should win this game pretty easily.
So you got
I got Raiders.
okay, bet. What all that and you just
No. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if he had a decent game. Not a good game, but a decent game.
You made it seem like you was gonna go with the
Oh, hell no.
All right. So next we got the Rams versus Lions. Vikings.
Who?
Who?
Vikings
Oh.
versus Lions. We got the Vikings versus Lions. Lions are pretty hot. Well, they're not hot, but they're getting warm. You know what I'm saying? They're looking pretty good.
And the Lions are favored.
What?
The Lions are favored 2.5.
No freaking way.
I don't understand it either, dude.
I got the Vikings, man. No way. No way.
I know I got the Vikings too, but Detroit 2.5. Overs 51.5.
I'm about to say I can see it, but I'm gonna
Mm.
just do the safe pick. But what you got?
I know y'all want to stay safe and stuff, but I'm going with the Lions.
Wow.
I can't recall. It's been a while since the Vikings have just swept the Lions in a season. It's been like a couple of years, I believe. Last year, Lions was able to get a win against them. And the Lions, like you said, they are on a hot streak. They're playing really good football right now. And the one hole that they have is defense, and that has stepped up. They played good against the Bills. They played good last week. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with the Lions. I think they step it up. Their offense is gonna roll over the Vikings. Vikings need to lose a game somewhere, and this is the week where they lose. So I'm taking the Lions.
I changed my pick. You know what?
Oh my God.
I like what you did. Bench me, sir. Boy.
Oh, I'm staying with the Vikings. Y'all can take those L's. That's fine.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm Little Kurt all the way. Little Kurt.
Next game, division game. Ravens versus Steelers. Give me Baltimore.
Yeah. I'm
Baltimore.
I'm
Oh
going
my
with
God.
I'm going with Baltimore as well. The backup court Lamar's out.
Uh-oh. There you go. There you
Hear
go.
me?
There you
Y'all
go.
hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, Lamar is out, but that doesn't matter. Their backup is okay. They're playing a pretty bad Pittsburgh team. I think they get this win. I think their defense. This is going to be a real defensive game, and I think the Ravens' defense is just going to be a little better this weekend.
Kenny
So
Pickett
I'm
has
going with
not
Baltimore.
been looking that bad though. I would say.
Yeah, they've been these past couple weeks. They've looked okay, but against pretty bad teams,
Yeah.
to say the least.
I think John is gonna pick Pittsburgh.
This is his division.
100%. 100% because Mike Tomlin does not have losing seasons. They're 5-7. Something's about to happen. And Kenny Two Gloves is going to get the dub.
They gotta win out so they can be above 500, right?
No, they can go 10-7, so they can lose another one.
Yeah.
Like one more game.
Yeah.
All right, man. Next game, man. Your game. Browns. Bengals. I already said it before. I got Bengals by 20.
Damn.
By 20. What? Oh, how they lost on Halloween? Sure.
Okay.
Just
I
like
understand. I understand Browns have the upper hand on the Bengals, and I get it. They have manhandled the Bengals, and cool. Kudos to y'all. But this is a spot where Joe Burrow, he has a chip on his shoulder. He hasn't beat this team. This is the game where he gets his revenge against the Browns. He has his partner in crime back, Jamar Chase, and yeah, give me the Bengals. I don't think there's no shot that the Browns win this game. Definitely with how Deshaun Watson is playing.
Oh, you're talking about the past. We're going to talk about the past, how he's playing. Not this week, not 2 full weeks of practice, but I'm not worried about him. He's not important to me. It's Cleveland. I wish I had, like, some Bone or Machine Gun Kelly or something going right now just so I can tell you. It's Cleveland. I want this section clipped. How y'all been ragging on the Browns. Then all of a sudden, somehow, the Browns pull it out. As always, Cleveland is that city.
You can't.
Yes, I'm picking the Browns. Yeah,
Okay. You go with the Browns.
I'm not trying to get a copyright strike. I'm not going any further than that.
I think
All
you're
right.
the first Browns fans I know.
What? You'll find a lot more Browns fans next year. Don't
Um,
worry about that. Everybody's gonna be a Browns fan next year.
Next game, we got Bo's team, Jets versus Bills. You know what I'm saying? I think Mike White is still starting. Give me the Bills. Y'all started Zach Taylor last week. I mean, what's his name?
Ooh.
Zach Wilson.
Indeed. Um,
I got Buffalo.
a lot of people do have Buffalo. It's going to be really hard to go against my team because I want us to go to the playoffs. And last time we played Buffalo, shut them down on defense. You get what I'm saying? And we beat them with Zach Wilson, and he didn't have a good game. He had an okay game, and people praised him for it. He threw a touchdown, uh, and threw for 150, and people acted like that was such a good game from Zach Wilson. Hell no. You know who's in at quarterback this week? Mike White, baby. We went to the end zone. We went to the red zone about 9 times against the Vikings. I can't believe we lost that game. We should have won easily. Went to the red zone 9 times, kicked it 5, scored once, and shit the bed the other times. I think the way Mike White has been playing, um, it's just been amazing. I love what he's doing with this offense. I think he keeps it up against Buffalo. Give me my Jets, man. You know what it is.
Buffalo's 9.5 point favorites.
Dang.
I like Mike White. I think you guys should have had that game. I need you guys to win this game because that keeps the Browns out. Give me Buffalo. Mike White's not going to win a shootout with Josh Allen.
Respect.
Diggs is finna put the.
I don't know now. I'm not saying that's the reason because there's a quarterback at the Jets that's kind of nasty. He's kind of nasty.
Best cornerback duo, actually.
Yeah, because we got 3 guys. So, yeah, you can have the best duo. We got the best trio.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
I'm talking about our best cornerback duo and DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you talking your phone.
Yeah.
Next game. Oh, this gonna be a good one, man. I got the Eagles versus Giants. We got our old fashioned NFC East showdown. Give me the Giants. Yo, what the heck is up with X, man? Is he back?
I don't think he's back this week. I know he went to the doctor over the weekend, so
Yeah.
might be back, but I don't think he's playing this week. Don't know though. But
I still got the Giants, man.
you go ahead. You go ahead with the Giants. I'm taking the better team. I'm going with the Eagles. I get it's a division game, but the Giants have been playing Giants football in the past couple weeks. Just give me the Eagles, man. I don't got nothing else to say.
I'm taking the Eagles, road favorites by 7 points. I love the Eagles. I think Jordan Davis is back this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm taking the Eagles.
Yeah, shit.
What?
All right. So next we got the Titans versus Jaguars, man. I'm gonna pick the Titans. I'm gonna pick the Titans.
Yeah, give me Tennessee.
Yep. Let's make it all Tennessee.
Yeah, give me Tennessee.
Tennessee. All right. Next game. We got my Cowboys against the Texans. We should win this game.
It should not be close.
It should be another blowout. But you know how Dallas do.
Corey, I'm gonna say this: if you lose against Houston, you guys will get bounced out of the playoffs first round again.
Yep.
Yeah, I got y'all by a landslide.
Me too, dude. What's the?
You think it's gonna be? Oh, okay, landslide. Okay, then.
Yeah, landslide.
Oh yeah, you guys should win it. Jesus. Oh.
Yeah.
Have you guys? That spread's 16 and a half.
Yeah, I about to say last week it was like 14 against the Colts. That's crazy. All right, next game, man. Broncos versus Chiefs. Casey, they finna
Yeah,
points. Patrick Mahomes finna put up some points for me.
Yeah, KC, 100%.
give me KC, man. Broncos, they not ready for that. And once again, just a disappointment of like even the Raiders. They started off bad, but as you can see, they stepped it up in these past couple weeks, and they've shown you the potential this team has. The
Right.
Broncos is just went down, and they're just decreasing, declining, and it's just terrible. But yeah, give me Kansas City.
All
Yeah, I
right.
got Kansas City since Denver has secured the sixth straight losing season.
Whoa, and that's crazy because I think before their sixth losing season, they won the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, I think that was Peyton's last year, right?
Yep.
Peyton's
Yeah.
last year, and then after that, they've had losing seasons ever since Peyton left, which is ridiculous. Because they haven't had
John
terrible
Elway
teams.
can't cover.
Yeah,
That's crazy. All right, man. So next we got Seahawks versus the Panthers, man. I got the Seahawks.
yeah. Give me the Seahawks. Shout out to the boy Gino playing really good football right now, and shout
They
out to Pete Carroll. I
trying
just
to
want
get
to,
that division, man.
yeah, Pete Carroll. This team was also counted out in the beginning of the season, and I just want to give my roses to Pete Carroll for holding it down because on paper this team is not pretty. Their defense is not pretty, but they're holding it down. I'm taking Seahawks.
I'm taking the Seahawks too, and you got to hand it to Pete Carroll. He has found two quarterbacks who work his system. When everybody told him he was nuts,
Yeah,
you were wrong, and he's just like, no, 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 watch me.
yeah, and he
So
knew it. And he's known what he's doing with this quarterback since the beginning. Because you remember Baker was supposed to possibly go to the Seahawks. They could declined, and they went the Geno route. There
yeah,
was a couple teams. There was a couple players like Jimmy Garoppolo. There's a couple quarterbacks out there that could have went to the Seahawks, but Pete Carroll had other plans, and obviously he's working out.
so real quick question to derail us real quick.
Yeah,
They've got the Broncos first round pick.
Seahawks do right.
Yeah. So do you go quarterback?
Honestly, I don't think you. I think you ride out with Geno.
I would,
A
but
couple more years. Like he's playing like a top 10 quarterback right now. I understand quarterbacks, they have these good seasons here and there, but I mean he looks really good.
he
Like
does look
top
good.
top 3 in QBR. I mean, I gotta give my roses to Gino as well. Like, let the man play. He's showing you he could ball, let him ball out. Why go draft a quarterback? Well, I don't know. It's some good quarterbacks coming out this draft. So
But
It's
in the playoffs. In the playoffs, if he don't play, if he don't do what he needs to do in the playoffs, then that's why you get a quarterback.
but Seahawks also have a lot more good picks in the future. So
mm-hmm.
All right. So next game, man, we got the Bucks versus the 49ers, man.
woo.
49ers down to their third string quarterback. Give me the Bucks. Tom Brady better not lose this.
Carl, you all right, man? You don't seem okay.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just saying the Buccaneers. They are a disappointment. They was my early Super Bowl pick. Yeah, yeah.
Well, technically, they're only one game off of last year's pace.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of scares me though, because I think if the playoffs was to start right now, we'll be playing Tom Brady, which kind of scares me. So yeah, but I do got them. I got them beating the 49ers, which if they do is going to scare me even more. I got them on the Cowboys. So,
Oh, I'm down for Brock Purdy in the 49ers. I'm taking him over the Bucks.
um, Tom Brady is going to end this 5-game winning streak. 49ers playing really good football. I get it, but They got a rookie quarterback in, and he's meeting this Tampa defense. Give me Tampa. I like Tampa.
This is irrelevant. Going against Tom Brady. First start. All right, man. The Sunday night game. We got the Dolphins versus the Chargers.
Mm.
Chargers is just playing games, bro. It is dude, so many close games. Like, uh, give me the
Yeah,
Dolphins.
man. Coming into the season, I promise you the Chargers was my Super Bowl pick, and feel shitty about it because they just have not lived up to that at all. I mean, they have went down with some injuries, but even when they was healthy, they didn't look like a Super Bowl squad. And going in and playing Miami, high scoring offense. I'm taking Miami here.
I can't believe it, but I'm going with Miami as well. I just the receivers have been letting Herbert down. The defense has been real shaky.
Yeah, man.
All right. So we all going Miami on that. And the last pick we have is the Monday night game. Cardinals versus Patriots. That's beautiful.
Lord have mercy. This is ugly game. I need Cardinals to pull it out. I really need the Cardinals to pull it out, man.
Where's this
I,
game? It's in Arizona.
Yep.
Yeah, give me the Cardinals. They suck. Jeez. Yeah, give me the Cardinals.
they do suck, indeed, but they got their offensive weapons back, and they've been playing good offense. Think they'll be able to hold it down against the Patriots. Actually, I don't know, bro. Yeah, give me the Cardinals.
Wow. New England and the under.
Yeah, I feel you. I can't even disagree with you. I kind of want to go New England, but that
You did too.
Understandable.
them being our rivals, I just want to see them lose so bad that I'm picking teams over.
I understand. Yeah, I hear you.
So you in New England, John?
Yep, New England. Hey, I can say New England and the under.
Sheesh. All right, man. So that's our picks. I actually feel a little bit confident about mine. I think my upset pick is gonna hit.
It's your bounce back week.
Yeah. I can actually see myself going on the shoot this week.
Mm.
Nobody has done it yet. So
I feel. See, you guys are picking against the Browns. That's the problem. That part gets clipped in the front of the clip. Picking
no,
against the Browns. Problem.
no.
Okay.
Telling you right now, you're gonna be sick, and I'm gonna be listening to you scream from the basement this Sunday.
Probably. I was screaming against the Texans, so yeah.
Indeed.
Well, that's everything, y'all. We just went over all the picks. That's another episode of In the Discussion. I'm your host, Kari, aka Polo, with my
Your boy.
co-host, Tony and John.
Baker Mayfield, we're finally done with you.
Hey, thanks for all the support. Go tune into our Instagram in the discussion podcast, our TikTok in the discussion 4, YouTube in the discussion. We on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, our Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that. So go check us out, man.
Like, share, and subscribe.